and welcome to the SEO Podcast, Unknown Secrets of Internet Marketing. My name is Chris Burris.
I'm Charles Lewis, your Internet Marketing Specialist.
We are broadcasting podcast number 238 live from Houston, Texas. Thank you guys for tuning in. Those of you who are tuned in live, that's pretty awesome. Cool. As always, this is podcast number 238. I'm checking, our chat. This is podcast number 238. As always, we have a tip from our previous podcast, and this tip is to increase conversions, make sure your content has 3 things from search all the way to conversion. Those 3 things are continuity, and continuity.
Yeah, you want to definitely make sure that from search to conversion, right, which is hopefully the process that your website visitors take, that they have the same experience. So if they search for a certain term, the ad that they see should be reflective of that search query. Once they click your ad, the landing page that they get on should, guess what, be reflective of that search query and give it some more supporting information. Once they convert, the CTA you offer should be, guess what, about that search query. So that way when they search, when they see, and when they convert, they had the same experience and they get the same offer. And then you can take it a step further and let's say maybe on that thank you page or whatever follow-up email that they may get after they convert, kind of drive that point home about what they search for.
Yep.
Continuity.
All the way through. It's kind of like the three things in internet marketing: keywords,
Yes.
3 things in real estate: locations. Please remember, we are your friendly local neighborhood top position snatchers.
Yes.
Where our mantra is,
Don't be a douche.
it is not
a good look.
Not a good look. If you can, tweet now. You're near some sort of device that enables you to interact. Go ahead and tweet now. What should they tweet, Chuck?
You should tweet us at Best SEO Podcast, at eWebStyle. Be sure to use the hashtag SEO Podcast. You can tag it. It is number 238. And like I said, tag us in it at eWebStyle, at Best SEO Podcast. That way we can follow you back and do all of our social networking stuff.
Yeah. So you're a longtime listener and you're wondering, what can I do for these guys, right? They're helping me out. They're giving me good information. I actually get a chuckle every now and then. Here's what you could do for us. There's 3 things that could really help us. One of them has 3 steps, and it is go onto iTunes, create an account, write a review. Make it a 5-star review, please.
Yes,
and if you choose to, send an email and let us know. And that email would be podcast@
e-webstyle.com.
The next thing that you could do is a G+, as you guys know, as SEOers, you know the value of G+ local reviews. Please go onto our G+ local page and write a review there.
Yeah, it's not hard to do.
It's pretty easy. In fact, we've made it easy to find that page. All you need to do is go to
Google Plus
or
Google Plus
or
G Plus
or
G Plus.
All of those will take you to our G+ local page,
Yes.
and there's 2 things that we want you to do on
Actually,
that page.
3 things when you get
3
there.
things. I'm
3
sorry.
things.
Yeah,
When
3.
you get in this order, right? Plus one us, right? It takes 1 click.
Yep.
Right. As soon as you get there, plus one us, then add us to your circle, and then give us a 5-star review.
5-star. Yeah, that's pretty easy. And make sure to do the +1 because we still have like 40 reviews and 32 +1s.
Yeah, trying to get them equal.
So if you've written a review, go ahead and go
make
back
it
to that
+1.
page and +1 us. Yeah, do us a small favor. And finally, on Facebook, our Facebook page is facebook.com/
eWebStyle.
and what you can do there is also write a
Review.
5-star review. Please make sure that happens. Now, you can follow us, haunt us, stalk us. There's other ways. The best ways to do it are facebook.com/
eWebStyle.
youtube.com/
eWebStyle.
twitter.com/
eWebStyle.
instagram.com/
eWebStyle.
Yes, I was kind of lost.
Yeah.
I don't know how I got lost. It wasn't the pacing I was going for. Remember, if you're a PHP expert or a WordPress genius, please, we're always looking for people like that. The phone number to call and start the process is 713-510-7846. Rewind it if you need to hear it again. And finally, we need reviews on Stitcher.
Yeah.
So go somehow, I think what I did is I searched Stitcher.com space the SEO Podcast, Unknown Secrets of Internet Marketing to get me directly to that page. Rewind it if you need to hear that one.
The Unknown Secrets of Internet Marketing.
Yeah,
There you go.
You can't type that fast? Come on. And go ahead and write us a review. We've got some good reviews there. Thank you guys for doing that for us. Remember, we have a referral program. You send us an SEO customer. They pay their bill. We pay you.
Pretty simple.
We have a free website analysis. Go to our website, e-webstyle.com, and on that website, you will find on every page some place to request a free website analysis. Go ahead and request that. Our response time is ever improving, so we're pretty excited about that.
I know, we're actually getting pretty faster.
That's cool. Now, we have our favorite section, the algorithm cataclysm. I almost fell over there.
That was real tremors right there. So this algo cat, man, so kind of a cataclysm, but I did it because Google releases these improvements to help SEOs and webmasters and website owners to improve the internets, right? And so one of the things they just released is a content scraper reporting page. So remember a few months ago they did the page speed page where you can put in your URL and check the speed of your page.
Right.
Now they released a content scraper reporting page. So what does that mean, Chuck? That means, let's say you've created some awesome content and you posted it, but somebody else scraped your content and they're ranking higher than you.
Yep.
Right?
It happens.
It happens, right? So you go to this tool, and I didn't write the URL down. I'll post that. I'll tweet it and Facebook out after the podcast. But you go to the page, you input their URL, the scraper site, the URL where the original content is, and then Google's also asking for a link to the SERP result page.
Okay.
Right? They need to see.
Right.
They need to see the ranking.
Where is the other one showing up above yours? Yeah.
Exactly. And then you submit that. Then they do the investigation. I'm going to take this time and say, make sure your authorship is set up.
Yep.
And that way, that'll probably help you win this investigation in regards to whose content is original and authentic. And then they'll adjust the search results accordingly. And so, punch in the face to Google. I think that's a good way to kind of control your content and report people who may be ranking higher than you with your content, which kind of sucks.
Yeah, so. I hate when that happens. That's not a good look. Being a douche is really bad. That's even worse. Yeah, to be sure. All right, so I've got a little bit of news here, and the news is pretty simple. Gangnam Style is about to hit 2 billion views. They figure it's going to happen over the weekend. So that's kind of cool. The note was, should we really be excited about this? Because YouTube has plans, is estimating that a lot of videos coming down the pike will actually hit billions of views. So that's pretty, man, billion views.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I know I'm responsible for like 30 of them. My kids love that song.
When that song first came out, I thought they were saying condom style. I mean, not even condom style, open
condom style.
And I was like, what? No, that's not cool.
Yeah.
But it wasn't nothing close to that.
No. And the dance really didn't look like the open condom style type of dance. This was really cool. I know I mentioned it before. Teleportation experiments hits 100% reproducibility. So this is quantum mechanics issue where you've got two particles that have opposite spins, and if you change the spin of one, the other one automatically changes. Now you take those two particles, you put them in different locations and change the spin of one, and yes, the other one still changes. So it's teleportation of information. And the example that I gave in a podcast a long time ago was pretty cool. I think the lag time to communicate with a Mars rover is 7 minutes, right? So that's the speed of light at 7 minutes. I think it's the speed of light, at 7 minutes to Mars and back is how you get the feedback. Okay, I want to move 3 feet forward. Then you got to wait 14 minutes to see the first image after it's gone 3 feet. And, are you on the edge of the cliff? Did you go over the cliff? That kind of thing. Well, with this quantum teleportation...
Which could suck.
Abort. With quantum teleportation, that feedback, the images could be brought back real time, and the information going up there to tell the rover what to do could be
to say wait.
Whoa, we don't go
3 feet. Yeah.
So that's
quantum physics. That's what's up.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And they're talking about how it seems pretty clear that could speed up computations and computers and stuff.
Definitely.
So Yelp introduces video reviews. There's a 12-second max.
Yeah.
So
I think that's kind of cool.
That's really
extremely cool. And I figured it would come, right?
Yep.
But now my first thing, because I read that article as well, and I was like, 12 seconds? But I began thinking about it. right? I mean, Instagram videos are only 15 seconds.
Right.
You start thinking about animated GIFs and all these other things. 12 seconds is a lot of time for somebody to say why they like or dislike a specific service or product.
Yeah.
And so, get
I'm a
your
little
videos
surprised
up.
Amazon hasn't done that yet, right? Because those would be really powerful. I mean, who here uses Amazon for reviews of products? We may buy them somewhere else. Probably not. We may buy them somewhere else. At a minimum, we're doing research on the reviews. That just as a review source is an incredibly diverse.
So what I'm interested to seeing is if Yahoo
Right.
is going to incorporate those Yelp video reviews in search results, because
Right.
right now they're displaying the Yelp reviews, and so next to a search result maybe it'll be of several icons of videos of people.
Right.
Which is kind of cool. You can
Yeah.
actually click play inside the search result and get a video review of a product. That'd be kind of cool.
So the other thing that would be kind of cool, we talk regularly about the fact that you really have to read a review with a rhetorical analysis
Yeah.
perspective.
Got to read at least 3 or 4.
Are they in any one review? Like I often go to the negative ones and ascertain if they're really legitimate.
So
So
if this guy's just an a-hole.
right,
Yeah.
exactly. Like okay, we're talking about a phone that I might want to order, and you're complaining about the shipping time. Right. That's not really. You shouldn't be writing that review about that phone and
There.
giving it bad name, giving it a bad
1
review
star
because
and
it was
all this-
late. That's not the phone's fault. Those kinds of things. Imagine, and they say that typical communication
I
is.
wonder how often that happens. I mean, probably.
I read it a lot. Like a lot of the negative reviews. I'm like, dude, just return it and get another one. Try that, right? It was cracked when you opened it. That's not the phone's fault. It's really crazy. Now you could complain about
The vendor, the
UPS,
shipping, yeah.
FedEx, or potentially Amazon, but not the product in that case. So they say that communication is a significant portion of intonation, right? How you say the words, body language, and then it's actually something like 7% the words. Well, you're only left with that 7% when you're reading
When you're
reviews.
reading it.
If you can see somebody in a video, you can ascertain pretty quickly.
Yeah, if they're-
that dude's wonky.
Yeah, he's
Or that
crazy,
chick
he's
is-
weird, or he's really excited, or he's emotional.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
reviews will be even more powerful and better, less rhetorical analysis, right? You just get in there and go, "That's a crazy loon. I don't need to listen to that negative review." So,
Exactly.
yeah, that's pretty exciting. So you'll notice that I do have a
Yeah,
tier
yeah,
tattoo.
I saw
right
that.
there.
And like no reviews. Like
No
really?
reviews in a week. That was not on Facebook, not on Stitcher, not on.
iTunes, not on
iTunes,
Google. 4
not-
different places?
4
Man, we have
places.
to start checking Yelp or something.
Yeah, maybe there's some hidden somewhere. God, by the way, if you know of some that are hidden somewhere, let us know. We'll read them on air. So that turns out to be the potatoes of
Well,
our
we
podcast.
got some punches in the face.
Oh, we got some
Wanna
patiffs.
get those? Yeah,
All
we got
right.
some patiffs, man. This punch in the face, which is a good thing, by the
Yeah.
way, goes to Tia Jones. She's at Tia Jones. She has a publication. I Speak is an SEO and inbound marketing. She included our last podcast in her publication when she put it out. So
Awesome.
So
Punch in the
to
face.
that.
Patoof,
Uh,
patoof.
This one goes to at Chalk Market. Chalk Marketing. They're based in Sydney. Marketing agency. Just followed us.
Good A,
and-
mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Good A, mate.
And now I want to talk about these two. We spoke about them in last week's podcast
Right.
when we went through
Oh, yeah,
all
yeah,
of the
this is
things.
really cool.
Yeah, so punch in the face to Monica Wright. She was actually one of the content
Providers. Right,
yeah, for
yeah.
the article that at Arnie K put out. And so she tweeted us. She says punches in the face all around.
Boom, boom.
kinda
So
like
the implication is either she knows what it is or she just caught on immediately. So
Mm-hmm.
either way. Poof, patoof,
And then this
patoof.
one also goes to AJ Khan. He was like, I got a punch in the face. That's good, right?
Boom.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's
That's awesome, AJ. Yeah, you deserve it. So again, just punch in the face to Arnie K
We're
and
gonna
those
have to
guys.
make like E-Web style rings, so when we punch people, like
it
there's a
branded,
logo.
bam.
Yeah.
And still had to convince him. It's still really a good thing.
This is a good thing. Hold still. This might hurt a little.
So yeah, punch in the face to you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for following us. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, that's cool. Actually, we could make some stickers. I got punched in the face, E-Web style.
That'd
Be kind of
coming
cool
out.
at conferences and stuff, right? Cool. Anyway, all right. So that is the potatoes of the podcast. Time to get into the meat.
So today's meet, I found it at Marketing Land actually. Pretty cool article by Tron Lingbo.
Tron Lingbo.
Yeah, I think
Yep.
that's how I spell it. 7 SEO truths every business leader must understand. Great article. 7 SEO truths every business leader must understand.
Yeah.
And I went through the article. I highlighted some things, wrote some things out, felt a certain kind of way about some things. So let's get into
Let's
it.
share it with them.
Yeah. So number one, he says offline and online marketing are codependent. Tron, I totally agree with that.
Absolutely.
He goes on to say, what people say about you offline can influence your visibility online. And what people learn about you online impacts offline sales. Awesome statement
yes.
from Alpha and
Yeah.
Omega all the way through. That is totally correct.
Check, and check. Yeah.
Because it's true. What people say about you offline can influence what happens to you online.
Absolutely.
If people offline and say, "Oh no, don't go there," or "I went there, I had bad service," or this and that, those comments and negative reviews, if you will end up online somehow. And the sad part about it is that they will happen with people haven't experienced you or not.
Oh yeah.
From simply somebody could tweet me and say, "Man, I'm thinking about going over there," and then I respond, I wouldn't do this, but people will respond and say, "Hey, such and such said they suck."
Even if they've never
Even if
experienced
they've
it
never
themselves,
experienced it themselves. And so you're right. Offline things can happen. I would say, in regards to the offline and online being codependent, I would encourage you to sync them together with your own marketing strategies. So one of the things I added was encourage check-ins. For
Yep.
example, maybe you're a restaurant or some entertainment facility, bowling alley, movies, whatever it is. Encourage people to check in, Foursquare and Facebook, frankly,
Yep.
and allow and give people an incentive.
Yep.
I love Red Robin. I always go back to that example. If you go to Red Robin and you check in, you'll get 20% off your meal.
That's awesome.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah.
And I would also say drive customers back online. Maybe you have a brick and mortar or something like that. Use that to send people back. Maybe on your receipt tape is, hey, here's an extra 10% off if you go online
Yep.
and buy this. Or maybe your clerk is telling people something as they walk out the door. Don't forget to search us for this or that. Or hashtag, whatever it is. And so I want to encourage you guys to improve the codependency of your online and your offline marketing.
By the way, I'm going to add this because I was just at an event last night that was talking about marketing from the perspective of discounting versus value adding, right? How expensive it is to offer
discount.
a 20% discount versus free fries,
drinks or free dessert or something.
right?
Yeah.
So it's like if you do the numbers, it's just insane how expensive it is as a company taking profits and how much more sales you have to have in order to get back to the same profits.
With a
versus
discount.
with a discount, because the discount is straight up 20% cash out of your pocket. French fries is $3.99 list price. Your cost 50 cents,
32 cents, yeah.
something like that. So you give a $3.99 value that costs you 70, 30 cents, whatever. It's
Versus losing 20%.
20% is, I promise you, a lot more than $3.99. So so keep that in mind when you're coming
add
up with
value.
offers. Add value. It's better to give something away free that has a high perceived value and costs you little.
Than to just discount the price.
Yeah.
Man, and that might be the tip. I hope y'all wrote that down.
Yeah.
Number 2, you don't own your search rankings. That's key because some people feel, like I own this, like this is mine. He goes on to say, having your site ranked on Google is not your right or due. It's a privilege. Google owes you nothing. He says placements can shift in an instant without any warning. You're constantly playing defense. And this is key. A lot of people get content, was the word I was looking for, and satisfied because they finally got to the first page, and then now they feel like they're supposed to be there. They're always going to be there, and they're good. That's not the case.
Yeah.
You can lose it. I'll say you really got to treat Google kind of like a woman, Chris. I mean, think about it. I mean, when you're trying to date, right? So you're getting flowers, you're opening doors.
So we're both married. We've been we've been through the whole process, or in the middle of the whole process, if you will. Yeah.
You're opening doors, you're sending flowers, you're getting candy, you're talking sweet, right? And you're being loving, you're rubbing feet and all this here, and then okay, bam, she commits to you.
Right. Page 1, you're married.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah, I like that.
And then you stop. If you stop buying flowers, if you stop going out, if you stop rubbing feet, if you stop showing love, you will eventually lose interest in her meaning
And vice versa.
lose your ranking,
Yeah,
right?
lose your ranking. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then you'll be gone. And so treat Google like your girl. You have to keep doing those
Yeah,
things.
you got to keep wooing Google.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if you got to the first page by creating good content, by I don't know, having great videos, by putting out great images, by providing
By the
a
way,
good service.
he's talking about rank when he talks about videos, and not talking about. We're not back to the marriage process, right?
Yeah,
All
no.
right, so.
no, maybe, man.
Yeah,
I don't know,
mean,
man.
that's up to you. Just take some precautions, because
Yeah.
it can really easily end up on the internet.
In the Yelp review, and don't do that.
Yeah.
But if you were doing
That's a great Yelp review. This is what I think of Yelp, the old moon. I mean, of this particular product or service.
But you have to do that. You have to keep doing those things in order to keep your ranking there. And that way, Google loves you, and they continue to provide you with a great listing for new services that you begin adding. You already begin ranking higher because you've constantly wooed them.
Yeah,
So keep that.
I like that. There's another great tip. Continue to woo Google.
Awesome.
Not wow, woo.
Woo. Number 3, even small careless changes can damage your SEO. Yes, they can. He says a business will lose its dominant search presence because of a minor change made to their website. And we've seen this happen.
Oh, man.
We've seen it happen. You're like, oh, what happened? I just did this. So I want to say be strategic with your changes. Like, don't just go in and just, I want to change my homepage to this.
I can give you a great example. Got a call from a client last night, and he wanted to add. He's got a really prolific blog. He writes incredible content once a week, and all of that content for his newsletter, and all of that content ends up on his blog. And a lot of the content doesn't have a natural product to tie into the content. So he's like, oh, I'm going to just hire this guy in India to add a link to particular content for 300 blog posts.
Okay.
Right? So I was like, well, two things. First off, it is India, so it's cheap, but it still costs money. Why don't we do a test first? Let's find 10 or 20 most popular articles, so we're getting the most traffic, put those on there, and see what happens, right? The next issue is those become what are called site-wide links, and they have a damaging effect. Right, so especially however you're managing the anchor text, they have a really big probability.
You got duplicate links across duplicate pages
with duplicate content, like a small section of duplicate content. So be really strategic about these things. Don't just say, well, it can't hurt. Now on the blog page, there's at least a product somebody could buy, so we should do it. No, that's not strategic. That's just like, oh, I think this might work.
Yeah,
Throw it on the
greedy.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, if you don't have the content to support that product or service, then don't force it on another page.
Change what you're writing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I would add that. Well, I say be strategic to the changes and try to improve. So number 4, be careful when changing to a new CMS.
Yeah.
Be careful.
Yeah.
I mean, especially you may have one of these older kind of grandfather sites that's .html or whatever your URL extension is, and you've had it for 5-10 years, and it ranks well, but you have to use Dreamweaver to edit it, and sometimes you're just not at your system with that, and you want to move to something online like WordPress, so you can have a little bit more flexibility, do more things, so you can have a little bit more control over mobile and things like that, and so you change. Which, by the way, is a great thing to do.
Yeah.
But be careful when changing to a new CMS, which was number 4.
Yeah.
You must be careful. He says a search engine friendly CMS gives you the tools, but you still need an experienced SEO to make proper use of them.
Yep.
And a good example would be WordPress. WordPress gives you all kind of plugins and tools and things you can use to improve your site and make it rank better and to make it more user friendly and all sorts of deals. But if you don't know which plugins to use, if you don't know the impact that those plugins will have with other plugins and how they'll slow your site down and all these other things, then you just don't know.
You're going to lose ranking.
You're gonna lose
the
your
default
ranking.
settings would be the worst.
Oh, man,
right?
the default. Now you have just another WordPress site.
Yeah.
Literally.
Literally,
Just
that's
another-
what it says. Just another WordPress. That's your title.
That's your title, and that with your name. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Your name is just another WordPress site.
Yeah.
And that's because you just didn't know. And so he goes on to say you wouldn't let a plumber, right, fix your electrical wiring just because it's on the same wall. And this is one of those things, Tron, I kind of disagree with.
Right.
I think at the end of the day, if that plumber is also certified
As an electrician, there's probably value
yeah,
in
and having him do it all at once. We tell the story all the time about, your website.
Yeah, so you hire a company to make a great website, and they do.
Mm-hmm.
You hire another company to drive lots of traffic to that website,
And
they
they do.
do. And you're getting no business. Who do you fire?
You
Yeah.
over there?
Who would you fire?
The plumber or the electrician?
I can't tell you how many times a business owner says myself. I'm like, that's may actually be true, and also not an option.
Yeah.
So we just say fire both of them and hire a company that's responsible for both. So in this case, hire a certified electrician who's also a certified plumber.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to open up a wall, if you're going to dive into your website, having somebody who's skilled at making the website convert and skilled at making sure it does
Functions.
well as functions and then does well from an SEO perspective, that's much better. Tearing out your walls, one plumber, if you do it two separate vendors, one guy may come, the plumber may come and tear out it and patch it back up, and then the electrician comes and tears it out. Now it's been torn out twice, and
Work
potentially-
schedules don't line up. There's always issues with dealing with moving parts
Yep.
and multiple people. And so our moral in regards to, being careful when changing to a new CMS is if SEO is a priority of yours, and it should be,
Yes.
and you're moving to a new CMS, which likely constitutes a website redesign as well, getting one company. Get one company to build that site and optimize that site. So that way you have one company who's kind of in control of that, and you have a better return on that investment. Number 5, mobile SEO is not just responsive design. And so he goes on to say, yes, getting your website to display nicely on a tablet or smartphone is important, but mobile SEO involves much more. And I kind of agree.
Yeah.
I kind of agree. Just because your site's responsive and now you can't say, I'm optimized for mobile. Well, you can kind of, because it's the same site, and if your site's optimized and now it's shown on a mobile device, then you're kind of optimized for mobile. But at the same time, not really. What you have to do, one of the things I wrote down is optimize your responsiveness.
Yeah.
So now that it's responsive, now that it works, you can still go back and tweak things. Certain things just shouldn't be shown on a mobile device. Like a full navigation, for example. If they're on a mobile device, they're likely not interested in your FAQ page or your about page.
Right.
So those should be not prominent,
Yeah.
right? I'm not saying remove them, but on the mobile layout,
A little harder to find,
yeah, make sure they're not prominent. But if they're finding you on a mobile device, they probably are looking for directions, maybe contact us. And so
Phone
the
number,
phone
yeah.
number, make those extremely prominent. Tap the call, things like that. So people, when they're thumbing, they can find what they're looking for extremely easy,
and interact with you quickly.
and
And
that's on a responsive site.
And the converse is true. So on a workstation or a bigger screen on your computer, you probably don't need to have directions highly prominent.
Yeah, because they're sitting at a desktop.
Yeah, they're probably not looking for directions to your place.
They're researching. And so keep that in mind. And those are things that you can change within the style sheet on a responsive site.
Yep.
And so I'll say mobile. He says mobile SEO is not just responsive design. I'll say optimize your responsiveness. That's thinking about your user, making sure that they have a great experience from your.
And I just read an interesting article. Rand Fishkin commented on a card deck from a presentation where the card deck was showing that the increase, I don't think it was ever exponential, but the increase in utilization of mobile devices versus workstations is starting to level out, right? And so these projections of potentially some of these projections of mobile devices are going to be 100 times more used than workstations may not actually come to fruition.
Yeah.
We might be at the point where we're leveling out and we've got the balance that will probably continue for the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
Pretty cool stuff.
Well, at least until the next
Punch in the
till
face
the next
to the
device comes out, right?
Yeah.
Once they move into virtual something or another, then
Yeah. So your
Everything
PC
will
is
change
now
again.
actually an online device that you carry around like a knapsack. Yeah, then it all changes.
yeah. Number 6, SEO isn't an act; it's the whole play. I agree with that, Tron. He says SEO needs constant focus and ongoing work. Google looks at things like social signals, authority backlinks, and user trust to rank websites. What does all that mean? That means that you can't just build a site and then do some SEO one time over and then think it's done. Or you can't spend all your time doing one SEO related thing, like on page and adjusting titles and meta information. That's necessary, but
Yeah.
there's tons of other things you need to be doing. I'll take it a step further and say take a holistic approach to SEO. Everything in your marketing is tied to it. On page, off page, online, offline. Everything should evolve around your SEO because it's that important. And I guess the example would be maybe you have a store, right? Some brick and mortar store, and you're offering a product, and maybe you have a new product being released, and so you have imagery and graphics and promo material about that new product in store. Well, you should be optimizing your site and all of your online but off-page activities like links and blog posts and newsletters and citations and things like that should all be optimized for that product. And so that way when people come to your location, whether it's a restaurant and maybe it's a new menu item,
Right.
or maybe your entertainment venue, you have a new
Band
game, a new band or new ride or whatever it is, that when people see those things physically offline and they go online and begin searching for it, your holistic SEO approach kicks in.
Yeah.
And now they can find the right content, they can find the right resources to support that. So yeah, SEO is the whole thing. It all revolves around it. Your social, your paid, your offline, everything revolves around your SEO in some shape, form, or fashion.
And we really kind of changed the moniker at the point where we're not looking at on-page and specific link building from SEO to internet marketing, really. So yes, they can be somewhat interchangeable. I would prefer when you start talking about social and the impact that social has on SEO, that's a holistic internet marketing approach.
Definitely. And the last one, number 7, change is the only constant. And I totally agree.
Yeah.
Things we were just talking about that, right?
Yeah.
How the Rand Fishkin example, how things start tapering off.
Yep.
And then I said until this comes out.
Yeah.
Whatever this
whatever
is.
whatever change that is going to be.
Because it will happen.
There will be a change.
You know, things happen. You know, we were just talking SEO. It went from being links was the biggest thing to going, you know, having a local presence became the biggest thing to getting reviews became now Yelp has video reviews, right? And so now that's another change that we have to adapt
It'll be
to.
interesting if positive Yelp reviews get sandbagged the same way positive Yelp video reviews get sandbagged the same way positive reviews are.
And they probably
sandbagged.
will.
Yeah.
They probably will.
I don't know. Maybe just to try and they probably eventually will. Yes, I would agree with that. I think up front it's a selling point for Yelp, and so whether it's good or bad, and whether it's a paying customer or not, they're probably going to show it.
Yeah.
So now's the time to go out and get those
get
12-second. If you have a Yelp profile, and like some of our clients, you've got 10 positive reviews that are sandbagged because they were done by a one-time reviewer, right? And you've got a strong negative review that's holding strong and displaying regularly because it was done by a regular Yelp reviewer.
Not even regular,
or
6
just
times.
then go make a video. My guess is right now and for some extended time period, probably a couple of years until the service really kicks in and people really start using it, they're going to be posting those reviews on top.
Yeah, I would think so.
Which is, by the way, we need to implement that for some of our clients.
Yeah, so punch in the face to Tron, man. Great article,
Tron.
7 SEO truths every business leader must understand. I'll post this on everywhere, Twitter, Facebook. This podcast will go up to YouTube, and we'll be good.
Excellent. So that was the meat of our podcast. We've got a little what?
Yeah,
Right?
a little what, yeah.
So this segment goes.
What? Yeah, so this what was actually kind of cool.
I'm glad we had it because we didn't have any 5-star,
Reviews.
harmonies this time.
So the osteoid,
The osteoid.
osteoid, yeah, created by a Turkish student named Deniz Karasahin,
Right.
incorporates 3D printing with an ultrasonic tech to make a healing broken bone more bearable. Dude printed a cast.
Oh.
Printed a
Print-
cast for like a 3D printed
Right.
plastic cast for a broken bone, and tied it in with the ultrasonic technology. Makes the bone heal 40 to 80% faster.
40 to 80% faster.
Because the plastic cast is
It fits exactly the way it needs to.
and it's receiving pulses to stimulate bone growth.
Oh, that's just
That's
smart.
awesome,
Yeah.
dude. I like Turkish student pushing the face to you
Yeah.
for having access to a 3D printer. Like
Yeah.
I want one,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then saying I'm gonna print my cast.
Yeah, and then put ultrasonic shit on it, and then be out of your cast faster than everyone else who broke your arm at the same time.
Yeah. So what?
Yeah.
For real? Like he really did that.
That's pretty awesome. It kind of, I don't know, you think like back to Star Wars when they lop off Luke Skywalker's arm, and then he's in the vehicle with not even a med tech. It's just like a dude putting on a new arm. Yeah.
Yeah, he just
Stick
printed
in
one.
arm. Yeah, your bone's healed. Thank you.
This guy just printed one.
Yeah.
Your cast be ready, later this evening,
Yeah.
and your
Just
bone will
hold-
be healed by the end of the week.
Be as good as new, and your bill will be in the mail.
Man.
And it will be big. Thank you guys for tuning in. We are the most popular internet marketing and SEO podcast on the internet.
On the known planet, on the universe, on
In
this
the
side
world.
of the Mason-Dixon line.
Wide web.
Yeah.
That's us. Thank you, and that is because of you guys. You guys help us with the downloads, with the interactions, and the tier. Because we didn't get a review, with the reviews, with everything. Thank you guys so much. Go ahead and give us feedback, or maybe ask some questions, whatever you want. Podcast at
e-webstyle.com.
That's how you can email us. We really appreciate you.
Yeah, hit us up with some questions. We ain't got no questions in a while.
Yeah, it's been a while that we've had some questions. You can do that on our Facebook page. You can do that, via Twitter. However you want to post those questions, we will probably get those answered on air. We have been filming live from Houston, Texas, 5999 West 34th Street. Again, thank you guys for tuning in. Until the next podcast, my name is Chris Burris.
Charles Lewis.
Bye-bye for now.